Hey Bears fans, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Chicago Bears. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. That way, you'll always stay up to date with breaking news and exclusive content. The Chicago Bears are reportedly in the midst of what insiders are calling a locker room crisis. And at the center of this storm is none other than head coach Ben Johnson. Rumors have swirled for weeks about tensions rising within the squad, but sources close to the team suggest that Johnson has grown increasingly frustrated with DeAndre Swift's role, or perhaps perceived lack thereof, in the team's evolving strategy. According to whispers from team insiders, the coach allegedly sees Swift not only as a player whose performance has dipped, but also as a distraction from the culture he is trying to establish. In a franchise already struggling to find its identity, this conflict could be a tipping point, especially as other players reportedly feel the strain of a coach-player relationship gone sour. Analysts have speculated that such a move, if true, might signal a larger shakeup within the Bears roster. Some suggest that Johnson is positioning the team for a different offensive direction, one that relies less on individual star power and more on collective cohesion. Fans naturally are torn. Social media is exploding with speculation, with hashtags, trending, and debates igniting across every platform imaginable. The narrative that the Bears are at a crossroads seems to gain credibility every time a report surfaces about locker room tension, and insiders say the atmosphere is thick with uncertainty. Whispers from within the Bears organization indicate that DeAndre Swift may have already been sidelined from crucial team meetings, practices, and game planning sessions, though officially, the team maintains that all players are fully involved. Sources say that Johnson has been in what some describe as lengthy, private discussions with upper management about the possibility of moving on from Swift, a player who once dazzled fans with explosive runs and unmatched agility. The reports claim that this situation is not merely about performance on the field, but also about philosophy, communication, and what Johnson perceives as a lack of alignment with his vision for the team's future. According to insiders, other players are reportedly aware of the tension, and some are said to be choosing sides, though no public statements have been made, making this all the more combustible in the rumor mill. Sports commentators have begun dissecting past games, pointing out moments where Swift appeared out of sync with Johnson's schemes, fueling speculation that the coach's patience may have run out. Fans, meanwhile, are dissecting every play and social media post, searching for clues about whether Swift will remain part of the Bears' future. The narrative is developing so rapidly that some believe decisions could be imminent, though no official confirmation has been offered. Meanwhile, speculation continues to grow, creating a sense of drama and intrigue around the team, as if Chicago is holding its collective breath, awaiting a decisive turn in this unfolding saga. Insiders report that the tension between Swift and Johnson is reportedly more than a passing disagreement and may have roots in a series of strategic clashes over play calling and game day responsibilities. Sources close to the team describe Swift as a player who demands clarity and consistency in coaching, while Johnson is characterized as a coach who values authority, discipline, and strict adherence to his vision. This clash, according to some analysts, has created a ripple effect, affecting the morale of teammates and altering the dynamic in the locker room in ways that could have long-term consequences. Some suggest that the friction has led to informal discussions among other players about the team's direction, loyalty, and leadership, making this situation far from contained. The media, of course, has picked up on the chatter, highlighting what some call a pivotal moment in the Bears' season. Fans, in turn, are expressing both outrage and concern, debating whether Johnson's rumored decision is a necessary move for the team's future or a misstep that could alienate the fan base and destabilize the roster. Sources emphasize that this is not just a matter of replacing a single player, but part of a larger struggle between coaching philosophy, player expectations, and organizational culture. The rumor mill is fueled by conflicting reports, anonymous sources, and subtle cues from the team itself, creating an atmosphere ripe for speculation and drama. With every passing day, the story intensifies, leaving the Bears faithful anxious and hungry for clarity. Further reports indicate that Johnson may have consulted with team management on alternative strategies to fill Swift's potential void, including reallocating responsibilities to other running backs or modifying offensive schemes entirely. The rumors suggest that these conversations are extensive, involving statistical analyses, scouting reports, and projections for upcoming games, which insiders say may indicate that the organization is seriously contemplating a future without one of its most dynamic playmakers. Analysts have noted that such a shift could reshape not only the offensive identity of the Bears, but also impact the team's overall performance, chemistry, and marketability. Meanwhile, social media platforms are abuzz with fans offering their own theories, some insisting that Swift's talent is irreplaceable, while others argue that Johnson's vision could be transformative if fully realized. The team's silence on the matter is interpreted by some as strategic, meant to avoid further inflaming the situation, while others see it as a sign of internal turmoil. Even former players and commentators have weighed in, hinting at a growing rift and speculating on potential trade options or contract renegotiations. The scenario unfolding seems to blend personal dynamics, professional performance, and organizational strategy into a volatile mix that could dramatically alter the course of the season. As speculation mounts, the story gains momentum, feeding the rumor mill and leaving observers wondering how quickly the Bears will act. Analysts have pointed out that the timing of this rumored conflict is particularly sensitive, coinciding with a critical stretch of the season where momentum, morale, and strategic execution are paramount. Sources suggest that any misstep could have amplified consequences, potentially influencing game outcomes, fan sentiment, and the perception of the Bears within the wider league. The reported situation between Swift and Johnson is characterized not only by personal disagreement, but also by conflicting visions for the team's trajectory, with long-term implications that may ripple far beyond the current season. Observers note that how management responds could set a precedent for handling future disputes, impacting relationships with other star players and shaping organizational culture. The rumor mill continues to churn, fueled by subtle hints, anonymous reports, and on-field performance analyses, creating a scenario in which speculation often precedes confirmation. Fans, meanwhile, are engaged in heated debates online, weighing loyalty to Swift against confidence in Johnson's leadership, illustrating the complex interplay of emotion, expertise, and allegiance that defines sports fandom. This dynamic also opens the door to discussion about player empowerment, coaching authority, and the intricate negotiation between talent and organizational priorities. As whispers persist, the unfolding story becomes increasingly layered, highlighting both the fragility and intensity inherent in professional sports environments. The social media landscape has reportedly amplified every hint of tension, with fans, analysts, and commentators dissecting interactions, interviews, and game footage for clues about the status of Swift's relationship with Johnson. Sources say that the online discourse has reached a fever pitch, with speculation about potential trades, role changes, and contract implications dominating forums, blogs, and platforms dedicated to Bears fandom. The narrative, while partly fueled by conjecture, has a tangible impact on the team's public image, as every rumor reinforces the perception of internal instability. Analysts note that such scrutiny can influence decision-making within the franchise, creating pressure on management to either confirm, deny, or strategically navigate the unfolding situation. Meanwhile, discussions around Swift's performance, attitude, and compatibility with Johnson's vision have become recurring topics in sports media, highlighting the intersection of talent evaluation, public perception, and rumor propagation. This heightened attention has also intensified speculation about the broader implications for the team, including morale, locker room dynamics, and upcoming game strategies. Observers suggest that the outcome of this rumored conflict could set a tone for leadership style, player relations, and organizational priorities for years to come. Even casual fans are reportedly engaged, demonstrating the wide-reaching resonance of what started as an internal dispute, now magnified into a storyline that blends drama, strategy, and high-stakes professional sports intrigue. Reports further suggest that Johnson's alleged decision to marginalize Swift is being interpreted by some insiders as a calculated move to assert control, clarify authority, and define a new team culture. Analysts have emphasized that such actions, while controversial, are sometimes seen in professional sports as necessary for establishing long-term discipline and cohesion. However, others argue that sidelining a key player could backfire, disrupting on-field chemistry, eroding trust, and generating additional media scrutiny. Fans, of course, are split, with some applauding Johnson's decisiveness and others decrying what they perceive as an overreach or misjudgment. The broader context, according to insiders, involves balancing individual talent with team priorities, navigating personalities, and sustaining competitive performance under intense public and media pressure. The rumor mill continues to thrive, with ongoing speculation about potential trade scenarios, internal negotiations, and a strategic recalibration of the Bears' offensive approach. In this environment, even minor developments can spark intense discussion, as every practice, play, and press interaction is parsed for insight. The situation underscores the complex interplay of leadership, talent management, and public perception in professional sports. Observers continue to monitor developments closely, aware that the resolution or escalation of this rumored conflict could redefine the Bears' season trajectory, influence coaching legacy, and impact player career arcs. Finally, insiders claim that the unfolding saga between Johnson and Swift is emblematic of a broader narrative in professional football, where star power, strategic vision, and organizational culture often collide in high-stakes, high-pressure environments. The rumors surrounding Swift's potential exclusion from the Bears reflect not just performance or personality clashes, but also the intricate dance of authority, expectations, and reputation management that defines elite-level sports. Sources indicate that players, coaches, and management alike are acutely aware of the stakes, with every interaction potentially signaling broader implications for morale, strategy, and fan engagement. Meanwhile, public speculation continues to shape perceptions, creating a feedback loop in which rumor influences reality and reality feeds rumor. Analysts point out that the consequences of such internal conflicts can be profound, influencing team cohesion, game outcomes, and even broader league dynamics. Fans remain captivated, dissecting every snippet of news, quote, or social media post, attempting to decode the trajectory of Swift's career and Johnson's tenure. This rumor-driven narrative, while still unconfirmed, has already generated significant attention, illustrating the magnetic pull of drama, strategy, and personality in professional sports. If confirmed, the saga could mark a defining moment for both the Bears and the careers involved, highlighting the precarious balance between talent, leadership, and organizational vision in a world where every decision is scrutinized, debated, and magnified. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Insiders suggest that the reported sidelining of Swift is being interpreted by some within the organization as a deliberate effort to signal accountability, recalibrate team culture, and reinforce Johnson's authority, creating a dynamic ripe for speculation and debate. Analysts point out that such a move could reshape not only the Bears' offensive schemes, but also broader team cohesion, influencing how players communicate, collaborate, and perform under pressure. Fans are engaged in extensive discourse, weighing Swift's proven abilities against Johnson's coaching philosophy and the potential benefits or drawbacks of such a decisive move. Social media has become a conduit for opinion, rumor amplification, and theory building, creating a feedback loop that magnifies the significance of every practice, play, and press interaction. Observers note that in high-profile franchises, even the smallest gestures, such as a sideline expression or subtle media comment, can fuel narratives of discord, leadership style, and organizational direction. Sources emphasize that the unfolding saga reflects the intersection of talent management, strategic vision, and public perception, highlighting the delicate balance required to navigate professional sports effectively. With every passing day, speculation intensifies, creating heightened attention, anticipation, and scrutiny as fans, media, and insiders alike try to anticipate the next move in a saga that has already captured the league's imagination. The rumor surrounding Swift and Johnson thus evolves into a complex, multi-layered story where psychology, performance, and organizational dynamics converge in a high-stakes drama that continues to grip observers. The speculation also extends to potential trade scenarios, with insiders suggesting that if Swift were to depart, the Bears could explore options both within the league and through strategic acquisitions to maintain offensive balance. Analysts argue that such decisions are fraught with complexity, as replacing a player of Swift caliber involves not only statistical evaluation, but also consideration of team chemistry, fan sentiment, and long-term strategic alignment. Fans are actively dissecting every possible outcome, debating whether the team could thrive without Swift, and if so, who might step into the void to execute Johnson's vision effectively. Social media continues to fuel this speculation, amplifying every rumor and framing every hypothetical scenario as part of a broader narrative about the Bears' future. Commentators note that professional sports organizations often face the delicate challenge of balancing immediate performance needs with long-term organizational philosophy, and decisions around star players are particularly scrutinized. Observers suggest that the rumored conflict reflects not just a difference in coaching style and player personality, but also larger themes of leadership, authority, and adaptability in the high-pressure world of elite football. As the rumor mill continues to churn, the story evolves into a captivating drama with potential ramifications for games, careers, and the franchise's public image. The intrigue remains heightened as fans and analysts alike speculate on what could be a pivotal turning point for the Bears. Sources indicate that internal discussions surrounding Swift have reportedly included analyses of contract implications, potential trade value, and projected performance impact, suggesting that the Bears' front office is actively weighing multiple scenarios. Analysts note that such a multifaceted approach reflects both the complexity of player management at the professional level and the high stakes involved in maintaining team performance, morale, and public perception. Fans are deeply engaged, dissecting every report, rumor, and insider tip to gauge the likelihood of Swift remaining with the franchise or being moved elsewhere. Social media has become a battleground of theory, opinion, and speculation, with heated debates about the balance of talent, leadership, and strategic vision dominating discussions. Observers highlight that such dynamics underscore the delicate interplay of authority, loyalty, and organizational planning, as a single decision can have cascading effects across the roster and beyond. The rumored sidelining or departure of Swift is thus more than a personal conflict. It represents a convergence of management strategy, coaching philosophy, and fan expectations, creating a narrative rich in drama, suspense, and uncertainty. With every development, the anticipation grows, fueling a cycle of speculation, reaction, and further conjecture that keeps the Bears saga at the center of professional football discourse. The potential consequences, should the rumors hold true, extend far beyond a single player, touching organizational culture, team identity, and league-wide perception, reinforcing the gravity of the situation and the attention it has garnered. Whispers suggest that the rumored discord has already impacted internal team meetings, with sources claiming subtle shifts in communication, leadership dynamics, and peer interactions as players respond to perceived changes in hierarchy and authority. Analysts argue that such shifts, though nuanced, can influence performance, cohesion, and morale in tangible ways, affecting not only on-field execution but also locker room atmosphere and long-term strategic alignment. Fans remain captivated, interpreting every gesture, quote, or social media interaction for evidence of the rumored conflict, further intensifying scrutiny and speculation. Social media platforms amplify this effect, providing an arena for analysis, rumor propagation, and fan-driven theory, creating a scenario where perception can shape narrative nearly as much as reality. Sources emphasize that Johnson's rumored approach reflects a complex interplay of coaching philosophy, leadership style, and organizational priorities, highlighting the challenges of balancing authority, talent, and team cohesion in professional sports. Commentators note that high-profile conflicts often serve as case studies for management strategy, public perception, and the psychology of elite athletes under pressure. The story surrounding Swift and Johnson thus evolves beyond a simple personnel dispute, becoming a multidimensional narrative about leadership, performance, and the high-stakes environment that defines professional football. Fans, analysts, and insiders alike continue to monitor developments, recognizing the potential significance of each unfolding moment. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.